Okay, so for this one, we're gonna have to be real specific. So I will take my time in each room.
Hello? Hey! Wake the hell up!
What the? Huh? Where are you? Some sort of cell? But everything's so woozy, you can't... No. What were you doing before you got here? You wanted a bonus, and your boss told you to go here and get info. So you did. And then something hit your back and you...
Oh dear, looks like the anesthesia hasn't worn off, has it? Must have given them the wrong dose of ketamine. Just give it a couple more minutes. Soon you'll be right as rain.
Where's that voice coming from? It's giving you a migraine. Oh, over there. That monitor in the corner. You just push yourself up and make your way over to it. What? There's no volume button on the front panel. Maybe it's the side, or...
Too bad, lab rat. You won't find any volume buttons here.
Lab rat. What's with
You're awfully confused by all this, aren't you? Well then, allow me to introduce myself. Some call me a simple sidekick, others call me the disciple of danger. But if you ask me, I prefer... the Great Caution, Emperor of Malviolence!
I think there's significance to it specifically being mal-violence.
Or caution for your convenience.
Hello again, Caution. Nice to meet you for the first time. Seriously? A kid? You got locked up by a kid?
Oh, lab rat, that look on your face is priceless! I want to take a commemorative photo and tag it to my bedroom wall.
No, please don't. Everyone tells you that you have a resting bench face.
Sadly, my camera isn't with me right now, so you'll have to make do with me telling you why you're here. That's another thing you're wondering about, isn't it? Why are you here?
You think?
All right then, let's make this quick. You want something from me.
Info.
That's why you came here, right? Your boss told you to come here and get something. But I can't let that happen. No siree. So I'm gonna have fun with you instead.
Yeah.
I'll learn what you're after and you won't be bored.
Yeah, sounds like a good time. Sounds like a good... 10 hours.
Great deal, right?
No. No, it's not.
You're a funny one, lab rat. I like you already. So much so that I've let you keep your gun. Feel free to shoot my screen anytime. I promise I won't care.
Ah, and he saved the bullet. Right. For the bad ending, of course. The temptation's there, but no thanks. You'd prefer to have some form of self-defense on hand.
Now, I'm still tidying up a couple of things on my end, so before I get back to work... Well then.
Welcome to your new home. Cozy, isn't it? It's got everything you need to live a normal human life. A comfy bed. Well, not comfy, but a bed. A tap for running water, a desk for desk things. Quintessential 5-star living, just like the famous Milton hotels. Oh, and if you get hungry, just lift the painting in the middle of the room. The vent dispenses LabScript 4053. Reviewers say it's safe for human consumption, so don't be shy. It's got all the nutrients you need to live a good life. Well, what's the holdup? Have a look around, check your dead device, beg for mercy, or make yourself comfortable. After all, You'll be here for a while.
Let's get out of here. A door handle. Oh, what's in the lock? You've never seen anything like it. Oh, it's a bed. You're surprised you slept at all on something that lumpy. You're right. Back at home, you worshipped your crappy mattress. It's a bed. Your throat's dry and sore, but you can't find a cup anywhere. Does he expect you to drink out of the faucet? Great. Doesn't even work. So much for quenching your thirst. Ashhole. It's a desk. For desk things. What an evocative description. There's a weird stock photo on the cover, but otherwise, your average vent. Caution won't be winning any wars for home decor anytime soon. Guess he wasn't kidding about the lab script. It's right there, neatly served in a metal bowl. To be honest, you could use something to fill your empty stomach. You made the smart decision to skip lunch on your way here. You pick up a bowl and shove a fistful of pellets into your mouth. It tastes like... well, you don't know what you expected. They're grainy, if nothing else. You try not to think about Caution laughing at you from the other side of the screen. Huh? What's this? There's something at the bottom of the bowl. A pattern? To get a better look. You dump the rest of the pellets on the floor. It's a Venn diagram. One with weird shapes. Wonder if it means anything. Again, just your average Venn wait. Something saved to the backside. Again with those weird shapes. And this time, they're colorful. Yeah, they definitely mean something. Maybe it's a way out? Oh, I see now. It's not that the shapes go together, or, well, they kind of do, but rather you use them to combine to create the other shapes in the wheel. Rat pellets, now on the floor. To be honest, you're still pretty hungry. It wouldn't hurt you to eat a little more, right? You could see yourself getting used to this crunchy texture. Nah, I'm good. No, you're good. Actually, you get drowsy when you eat too much. You hate to admit it, but in the situation you're in, it's probably better to be alert and hungry. Alright, let's do it. Oh, this is your ticket out of here. The wheel's just like the wheels on the vent cover. With a little time and effort. You think you can crack it? Okay, at this point I am intimately familiar. SS teardrop. Yellow plus blue equals green. Teardrop again. The donut. Then... oh, I missed one. There we go.
What?
Hello!
How the hell did you break the lock?
I've done it 2 different times from now. There's no way you could have gotten out on your own. Oi, lab rat. I can see you, you know. You're just like the rest of those stop freaks. So textbook authoritarian, they could use you for their recruitment posters. That blank stare, that bland uniform, that world-class poker face. Makes you want to peel your brain like an orange. God knows what sick and twisted thoughts lurk beneath.
Is he telling you to smile more? He is, isn't he? Guess you'll give him the old passport photo.
You're cute. You're cute. Real cute. I'll forgive you for that. After all, I'm the Great Caution, Emperor of Malviolence. I'm not the type of man to go all out on a scrub like yourself. But alas, even my limitless generosity has an expiration date. And you're creeping up fast in the sell-by. Anywho, you do want to escape, don't you?
Well then.
Allow me to give you a final pearl of wisdom.
Stop making mistakes. Because the next time you screw up, you're not gonna like what happens next.
Well, that was unnerving. It's hard to tell when he's being serious, but his hatred for stop freaks is clearly no joke. Almost like he... No. Remember your training. Now is not the time to overthink things. You need to get out of here. Detective Fur can come later. Alright. And speaking of, in order for us the true ending, we have to do actual detective work and look at all the things. Apparently I missed some stuff, which is why I got the normal ending earlier for our first run. No choice but to move forward. You take another cautious step forward.
I see you arrived safely.
Hey, Doc. What the? Another voice? And all the screens in the room lit up too. Huh? You know that woman on the screen. Everyone at Stop knows that face. They've seen her photos in newspaper articles, broadcasts, social media. For years, this mysterious woman was the scourge of Stop. A saboteur who terrorized the public with bombs and cryptic threats. A supervillain, through and through. A supervillain by the name of...
From the top, then. I am Dr. Danger. You are here because you're under my temporary employment.
No. Last time you checked, you were a Stop agent. By default, Dr. Danger's a sworn enemy. Was a sworn enemy. She died weeks ago. Caught in her own explosion while trying to wipe another Stop facility off the map. Wait. Does it mean she's
Before we begin your task, please listen carefully. Due to my circumstances, I cannot repeat my instructions, nor will I be able to answer any of your questions.
No. Her death was very thoroughly confirmed. Which means... this is just a recording. A cheesy one at that. Turns out, even supervillains make the newbies watch employee training videos. Better tune her out. Besides, you're no mere hired hand. You're a proud agent of Stop, trained to fight villains like her. So what if there are more puzzles to solve and locked rooms to explore? To someone like you, they should be child's play. Should be. Seems like a typical evil lab, straight out of a comic book. Let's see here. Massive supercomputers, high-tech gizmos, and a primary source extractor? Looking at that thing gives me goosebumps. Do you have to go through here? Maybe there's something you miss in that corridor. Yeah, you turn around and... It's not opening. No, there's still a door on the other side. Just walk over and automatically... And it shuts you. Alright. Great. Off to a fantastic start already. Wait. There's something else here. A lock with a strange puzzle. Kinda like the one you found in your cell. Maybe you'll find the answer in this room. Okay. Intriguing. So apparently this was the thing I missed the first time. You approach the glistening puddle for a closer look. The smell is pretty unambiguous, but just to be sure, you gingerly swipe a finger across the surface. Oil. Most likely for some kind of machine. It's not unfamiliar. Stop has a massive array of equipment and vehicles that need regular maintenance. An agent like you expected to know how to repair and service them, especially when your bosses are displeased with you. But it's strange to see oil out in the open here. Maybe it's a spill or a leak. Either way, something clearly isn't working. That is interesting. From a comfortable distance, you eye over the primary source extractor. You approach carefully, listening closely for any hints of it roaring to life. Agents are expected to keep their wits about them and not jump to conclusions. But it's hard to see the device in front of you as anything but an electric chair. It looks crude and cruel, like a child's reimagining of something scary from a history book. That may be exactly what it is. Whatever its purpose, you give quiet thanks that it seems to be out of commission. You pause when you saw the silhouettes from across the room, but... on closer inspection, these aren't firearms at all. They're megaphones. So many colors, materials, variations. It's far from organized, but it does look like a collection. It's hard to picture Dr. Danger, one of Stop's most wanted criminals, picking up such an odd hobby. And yet, half of them are tagged with initials DD. Every supervillain's bound to have a quirk or two. Is it an open toolbox? You approach it to take a closer look. Nope. It's a bomb. No big deal. What could possibly go wrong? It's a bomb. Again. What could possibly go wrong? Let's just solve it real quick. What is this thing in my hands? Does it breathe or understand? You solve the puzzle. A marble rolls out of the bomb case. Attached to it is a note reading, Colby Padilla. You wonder what that could mean. 3 differently sized vials are placed on the table. There are instructions written next to them. Yep. Here we go again. You solve the puzzle.
Caution needs your help putting a stop. Caution needs your help poisoning a top stop official, but his toxin of choice is pretty particular. Using 3 vials of ATC, 6cc, and 2cc, measure the poison into 2 equal doses of 4cc. Note that the ATC vial contains the poison itself. Be quick though. The poison's disturbed too much, it'll give off nasty vapors.
A small compartment opens up, revealing a marble. Underneath it is a note reading, Brook Yang. Four large monitors are displaying an intimidating wall of code. You were hoping you'd have to deal with them, but... oh well. Time for some good old computer wrangling. You really wish you bought your rubber duck right now.
With the list of codes to your left, Caution wants you to hack into one of Staff's computer systems. Use the mouse or keyboard to clear out the codes in the system, shown on the right. All the codes must be used to destroy the firewall and successfully break into the system. But be careful. If you don't use these codes at the right time, you might lock yourself out.
Oh, I messed up. There we go. You solved the puzzle. The computer detects a marble, along with a note reading, "I see a bishop." You approach a strange locked door. Turns out it's even stranger up close. Alright. Cloypedia first with the bomb. And then... Brook Yang. And finally, knock down these effigies of stop officials in the same order you encountered them. So far you found Cloypedia the bomb, see a bishop for hacking, and Brook Yang for poison.
Well, if it isn't a lab rat.
For someone with chronic resting blah face, you look real proud of yourself. And you know what? You should be. By getting this far, you're statistically proven to have more brains than 96% of Stop employees. So congrats! That said, I actually expected you to die by now. I'm not sure how to reward you for your success. Oh, wait. I have an idea. How about a sticker? If you get out of here, I'll give you a fruit scented... If you get out of here, I'll give you a fruit scented one. At the rate you're going, you might even get one of my super special grape stickers. And I never give those out. Huh. I don't see you jumping for joy. Not a grape fan?
Well then.
Oh well, more for me.
Hey, lab rat.
So, what do you think of my research lab? It's awesome, isn't it? A little derivative, maybe. But any scientist worth their salt needs a room filled with high-tech computers and big fat source libraries. Though there is one thing that makes my lab better than the others. My primary source extractor. It's kinda loud once it revs up, and it's a pain to clean afterwards. But the results are... amazing. I had planned on giving you a first-hand demonstration, but the last experiment got so messy that I'm still cleaning the rafters. Disappointing, I know.
One pipe.
But never fear. The Great Caution, Emperor of Malviolence, used his aptitude for adaptation to his advantage. And so he constructed these quasi-deadly puzzle rooms, sure to satisfy even the least imaginative of stop agents. Aren't I thoughtful, lab rat? Eesh, tough crowd. You must be fun at parties. Anyway, enough dilly-dallying. Vamos to the next room already. There's more games for you to play. Or hell, take your sweet time. I've always wanted to see how motivating electrified floors can be.
He's clearly joking again. Probably. Maybe. No. Better not tempt fate. This self-styled supervillain has got world-class bad manners. Where could he have picked up such a nasty personality anyway? You know, it's a point to speculate, but you can't help it. Because your current surroundings are unusually ordinary. The last corridor looks straight out of a sci-fi movie. This one's practically mundane. It's got more in common with the basic stop research building. It brings back memories of your days as a low-level agent, trudging through halls, delivering low-level intel to low-level researchers. Your supervisor loved emphasizing the low-level part. Pressing your keycard to the reader, hearing that little beep of approval, seeing the doors click open. Waking up in a mad scientist research facility has a way of making you long for the simple life. Speaking of doors, this corridor's got a 5 to choose from. You pause. Once again, your fate is in your own hands. Is this another one of his puzzles?
Good. You made it through the experiment room.
What's up, Doc? Dr. Danger's on again. What did you... No. Calm down. It's probably motion activated. You should have listened to the last recording, since it seemed pretty helpful. This time, you'll stay still and pay attention.
I apologize for any distress that the previous room may have caused you. For whatever it's worth, please know that I do not take pleasure in hurting others. The sight of blood makes me quite ill. It always has. Allow me to explain.
No. That room belongs to my apprentice. Currently, he's on an experiment, even if he seems more interested in the process than the results. Honestly, I'm in no position to lecture him. He's not cruel, he's just...
Please, listen carefully.
I suppose I can say this. All his test subjects have a certain unfortunate commonality. A terminal condition, he sees it, that makes it difficult for him to remain impartial.
I apologize.
For being vague here. But the nature of this work has always been a private matter. It's not your responsibility. It's mine.
What's that supposed to mean?
If you're looking for where to go next, please take the door directly in front of you. The other doors are very much best left shut. Take care now. I'll see you in a week.
That recording definitely wasn't for you. Whoever the intended recipient was, Dr. Danger clearly trusted them. Better take the door she recommended. An office. There's shelves everywhere. Loads of files, too. Like the hall before, it's oddly ordinary. Just to double check, though. Yup. Pretty sure it's not a puzzle room. Alright then. Let's get searching. These documents appear to be designed as for cybernetic limbs, like the ones produced by Stop, at first glance. On closer inspection, there are more differences than there are similarities. Stop technology is more generalized, more efficient, and angular. These plans are heavily customized. They could have only been suitable for a very small number of subjects, possibly as few as one. Perhaps Dr. Danger based it off stolen data? You make a note to tell your superiors about possible reverse engineering. Designs for cybernetic limbs. They're pretty similar to the ones produced by Stop. You spot a note on the wall and pick it up. You pick up the note beneath the blackboard. You survey the diagrams before you. From a distance, they seem to be your average blueprints. Blueprints for weapons of all makes, shapes, and sizes. But on closer inspection, they reveal certain quirkiness that doesn't belong in a technical document. The handwriting is also distinct, for lack of a better word. That said, poor penmanship hasn't dulled the designs themselves. The least dangerous of these would be devastating out in the field. The oldest of the blueprints, the ones hidden at the bottom of the pile, look wildly different. Clearly, another person was behind them. In fact, if you squint, you can still find the signatures at the bottom. The strange, they say. They are dated more than 15 years ago. Blueprints for a variety of dangerous weapons. Honestly, they're pretty scary. Printouts and clippings of various news articles, all related to Dr. Danger's exploits. All related to Dr. Danger's exploits, with a certain colorful sidekick occasionally breaking in the opening paragraphs. In fact, when you look at them all together, caution seems to show up more over time. Dr. Danger must have been pleased with the pupil's growth. At the bottom of the pile, a heavily weathered photo peeks out. Based on what you can make out of the caption, it looks like some kind of commemorative occasion. Room 2, 3. The Strange et al. Celebrate breakthrough in cybernetic security. You can't recognize any of the faces, but you do recognize the logo as... never mind. It's just similar, that's all. Newspaper printouts and clippings. They all feature Dr. Danger, as well as a certain colorful sidekick. You eye over a mass of scrawled notes pinned in front of you. There are two distinct sets of handwriting here, but the contents are mostly the same, and mostly domestic. Notes on what to eat for breakfast and when to start preparing it. Notes on how much sleep to get and what stories to read. Birthdays, exercises, meal plans, and chores. The two who wrote these notes weren't just sharing the same space, they were living together. A wall of scrawled notes, and they all talk about domestic tasks. There's a note on the desk. A note is stuck to the water cooler, which doesn't actually dispense any water. As you look over the sprawling web of photos, documents, and diagrams, you realize everything in front of you is perfectly ordinary. You realize everything in front of you is perfectly orderly. These are the notes of a hunter, and stop was their prey. You recognize dozens of names, operations, and places, vital parts of Stop's organization that had suffered heavy blows in the last few years. But you're disturbed by how many places you don't recognize. Laboratories, factories, and armories that must be high above your clearance level, crossed out like someone was just going down a checklist. All these top secret sites are the same acronym, YTDI. No, you don't recognize it. That's par for the course with Stop. If you don't know what an acronym means, it's probably above your pay grade. The monitor is displaying some kind of simulation. Better take a closer look. Ah, here we go again. Here I go again on my own. Going down the only road I ever known. I think I better use the picture on the guide again. I'm quite turned around. Let's see. Easy, room 2. Ah, there we go. They really went out on the puzzles, to the point that some of them are actually more difficult because of the mechanics that are unique to them. Not too bad.
It's time for a crash course in cybernetics. Lay down new synthetic neural pathways, but be mindful of the original piece that can't be moved. Here's some basic recalibration rules. Neural pathways must form one continuous loop and occupy every available space. Pathways can cross over themselves, but they can't retrace themselves, so no T-intersections. At any four-way intersection, a neuron will always go straight through. It will never turn. You can only submit possible solutions where there are no open-ended pathways, including T-intersections.
You solve the puzzle. The desk drawer gets open a bit and reveals two small tiles inside. R and T are written on them respectively. Now, where could you put them to use? There are 5 of these slots in the door's lock. Your best guess is that you need to fill them up somehow. The blackboard is covered in little doodles, but they don't seem to be there just for decoration. You hate to admit it, but they're kind of cute. Completely unlike their creator.
During our last operation, we only managed to save 3 test subjects. We also found some incomplete records in the box of their personal belongings. Click on Notes for detailed view. In detailed view, click on Written Notes to strike them out. Using what information we have, figure out which item belongs to who, and who grew up where. Click on Notes to examine them, and drag the pins around to make connections.
The red-haired child is certain he did not live in the city. The harmonica is traces of wild pollen found only in remote regions that have yet to be completely developed. The bracelet is too big for the red-headed child. The blonde child managed to play a tune on the harmonica when asked, but the other children could not. You solve the puzzle. A tiny blue tile falls to the ground. Upon closer inspection, it reads letter E for evidence, or maybe for end of puzzles, or enough of these silly games. But that's just wishful thinking. Either way, you decide to take it with you. A computer in a small, strange coliseum. What on earth is that? Of course, it's a puzzle. Right. That coliseum thing is a panopticon. Off the puzzle solving you go.
In a stealthy campaign, Caution has managed to take control of a stop holding center, where several young test subjects are being held in a futuristic panopticon. To give them the best chance of survival, Caution needs to rearrange the cells that each group of escaping testees is balanced. To give them the best chance of survival, Caution needs to rearrange the cells so that each group of escaping testees is balanced. These groups are shown as a circle, a triangle, a square, and an X. However, the bureaucratic systems have left only the bare minimum operating instructions on how to operate the panopticon. Help Caution properly arrange the cells according to the limitations of the system.
Alright. Let's do it. Try to see things my way. You solved the puzzle. In response to your hard-earned success, two little scrattle-like tiles pop out of the miniature panopticon. They show letters A and S. How quaint. There we go. You're no Scrabble expert, but you've got this puzzle all under control. Probably. T-E-A-R.
Caution's a big fan of word games, so he wants you to come up with a word that's almost as good as the one above. You might have to find some letters first.
S. No message from the kid yet. Maybe if you're stealthy, you could sneak past without being subjected to another one of his stupid broadcasts.
Snooping as usual, I see.
You spoke too soon.
Yeah, you're right in your element, huh? Not that you know it. But I've got a good eye for this kind of thing. I bet you've got that bubbly feeling buzzing under your skin. Like sweet, sparkling lemonade in your veins.
What a colorful turn of phrase.
I'd give my right arm to feel excited as you do now. I'd give my right arm to feel as excited as you do now, lab rat. You must be salivating at the mountain of evidence beneath your fingertips. Weapons, corkboards, secret evil plans. All the classics are here. And we both know you really, really want to rub your grubby little paws over them. Even if you copied half of the blueprint onto a bar napkin and threw it into the washing machine, you'd still have enough evidence to net you a promotion from HQ.
Well then.
So, go ahead. Take as much as you like. I won't touch a hair on your head. After all, the Great Caution, Emperor of Malviolence, knows that you only care about the truth. He shall let you indulge. Hey, lab rat. Can I ask you something? You are just getting evidence, right?
Does he not approve your investigation style? You're being thorough just to be cautious. You're just being thorough.
I've watched you with my drones. Tailor these puzzles to your specific subpar problem-solving skills. Carried out quasi-legal research on your identity. So I know what you are. You're an agent for Stop. Nothing more, nothing less. Am I right? Again, with the silent treatment. I met vending machines with better social skills than you. You know that? Fine. The next time you escape a puzzle room, I won't talk either. See how you like it. Now move, or you'll regret your staring contest with me.
Again with temper tantrum, huh? Seriously. Why is he so pissed off at you? He and Dr. Danger have fought against top field agents in the past, but that's not your department. Hell, before this, you've never met either of them face to face. What right does he have to act all high and mighty at you? Right. Supervillain. Big ego. No self-awareness. Don't overthink it. The dim corridor stretches before you, with no answers to offer. It's darker here, but not in an unpleasant way. It's warmer than the previous rooms, literally and figuratively. The wooden floorboards and decorated wallpaper feel welcoming, nostalgic even. If you viewed this hall alone, you'd assume it belonged to a family household, not to a scheming terrorist and her kooky sidekick. It's been a very long day. Hard to tell how much time has passed. But damn, you're exhausted. The gentle heat tempts you to sit down on the floor. Or maybe lie down. Would caution allow you to take a quick breather? If he meant what he said about not harming a hair on your head, then maybe the smart thing to do would be to...
Very tempting for a wooden floor, isn't it?
A third time?
Heated flooring. My work has always been stressful, so I've always strived to maximize comfort wherever I could. Allow me to explain.
When your work is done, you can sleep here all you like. Before then, you've got dishes to clean, washes to run, bedrooms to vacuum, and of course, caution to take care of. He represents a unique challenge, I know. But you wouldn't have gotten this far if you and I didn't believe you could do it.
Please, listen carefully.
While I'm away on business, it's important that you keep him on his daily routine. 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Regularity is key. Remember that all his dietary habits, health regimens, and study exercises are detailed in the files that we went over together.
I apologize.
If you'll have to decrypt them again, but Caution and I have made a habit of hiding our tracks for good reason. And when the day is over, feel free to play games, watch movies, or read comics together. If you need a suggestion, Caution told me that he loves the Cantaloupe Mall course on Marco Kart. I might be pronouncing that wrong. He'll know what you mean. So, take care.
Please, listen carefully.
If things go smoothly, I'll be back for him in a week. And if things don't go smoothly, well, there are systems in place that will guide you what to do.
That's all for now. Goodbye. And thank you for taking care of my... Note to self, re-record instructions at earliest convenience. Try not to be so ominous next time.
It's so human. That message wasn't for you. And it wasn't for one of Dr. Danger's goons either. But a babysitter? Really? Who in the world would be qualified to babysit him? Come on. Just focus on task at hand.
You can ring my bell,